Sean accidentally cracked open a duck egg, and the crisp sound of metal clinking instantly stopped him in his tracks. He bent down, picked up the broken shell, and took a closer look, only to discover a gleaming golden egg nestled inside. He rushed it home and examined it over and over, and sure enough, it turned out to be a solid, genuine gold egg. Sean was thrilled and couldn't wait to share the news with his wife. But to his surprise, her face fell the moment she heard it. As it turned out, she had already sold the duck to a local farmer that very morning. Sean was furious. He jumped in his car and sped straight to the farm. After some back and forth haggling, he managed to buy the duck back for $3. The farmer told him the duck was out in the backyard, but when Sean got there, he realized every single duck looked exactly the same. There was no way to tell which one was his, and everyone was completely stumped. Then, in a flash of inspiration, Sean remembered that his duck had a peculiar habit. It would lay an egg whenever it heard a dog bark. So the whole family got down on all fours and started barking their hearts out, hoping to smoke out the right one. But the yard was already noisy enough as it was, and after barking for what felt like forever, not a single duck reacted. Defeated, the boy pushed the gate open to head home. But right at that moment, every duck in the yard came stampeding out at once. Everyone scrambled to hold them back, and in the chaos, a friend who was trying to herd them back into the pen slipped and tumbled right into the water. They had all but given up a hope of ever finding the duck. But then, one duck quietly followed the boy on its own, and his face lit up with pure joy. Sean and the others rushed over immediately. To make sure it was really theirs, Sean let out his best dog bark right then and there. And sure enough, the duck laid an egg on the spot. By a rough estimate, that single egg weighed about 20 pounds. Back at home, the two of them did the math. If the duck could lay 1 egg per hour, that would be 25 eggs a day. At that rate, they'd be billionaires within 6 months. But first things first, they had to keep this secret under wraps. Sean hid the golden eggs in different spots all around the house. At night, when the duck went to sleep, he'd carefully shut the windows and even tuck a blanket over it, pampering the bird like royalty, while practically forgetting about his own son. To take better care of the duck, Mary quit her job entirely and stayed home to look after it full-time. Every time the family dog let out a bark or two, the duck would pop out another golden egg, bringing in far more than her old salary ever did. Then one day, the bank called with bad news. Mary needed to pay off their loan immediately or they'd seize the house. She panicked, but as she stood there in a daze, her eyes landed on the duck by the window, and a brilliant idea struck her. Mary took a golden egg to the bank, hoping to use it to settle the debt, but the bank flatly refused. They only accepted cash. So she headed to a gold dealer and exchanged it for money. The payout was more than enough to clear the debt and still leave her with plenty to treat herself to a whole new wardrobe. When Sean found out Mary had used a golden egg to pay off the loan, he was livid. He was terrified that if word got out about the eggs, they'd all end up in court, or worse, behind bars. But their friend talked him down, saying there was no need to worry. After all, who in their right mind would believe a duck could lay solid gold? Sean figured that was a fair point. And soon enough, the group started cashing in the eggs one by one. To avoid raising any red flags, they even dressed up in disguises and hit up different gold shops all over town. But the sudden flood of mysterious golden eggs on the market didn't go unnoticed. It caught the attention